Hi everyone. Welcome to Pilot Training Connect podcast by AFM.Aero. I am Paula Abanes and with me today is Maximilian Buerger, Managing Director of AFM. So this is our first ever LinkedIn Live interview and our first interview for this year. Thanks to everyone listening right now and to everyone who will listen on our YouTube channel, Google Podcast, and Spotify. So let us welcome Max from AFM. How are you, Max?
I'm very well. Thank you for asking, Paula. It has been a very quick start to the year. I would like to apologize to everyone for the slight delay, or actually 10-minute delay in starting this LinkedIn Live. It's our first one. We had some technical issues, but we hope we won't disappoint in terms of the content we will share with you today.
Thank you, Max. So let's get to the point and start with our first question. How did AFM perform in 2022, its first full year of operation?
Thank you, Paula, and thank you also for all the hard work in 2022. So for everyone who's listening, we want to give you a brief overview of what we've achieved as a platform in our first full year of operation. So we've prepared the slide presentation for you all. So we held our soft launch at the end of 2021, at the Dubai Air Show. We did a soft launch event together with Emirates Flight Training Academy, located here in the United Arab Emirates in Dubai. But we really started kind of being active with AFM from January 2022. Since then, we have published over 4,000 industry updates. So these are industry updates which we feel are relevant to pilot training industry stakeholders. We have circulated 52 weekly industry reports. So all year last year, without a break, we every Monday, Tuesday, or one or two times on Wednesday, we ensured that anyone who was signed up with us received a weekly industry updates of all of the latest developments and trends, and potentially also opportunities for some of our readers that we circulated without stop, of things that we've tracked. Since we started doing that, within now, let's call it 13 to 14 months, we have 11,000 organizations and individuals on our mailing list. So we have 11,000 individuals which are receiving our weekly pilot training industry update. And then also we are super proud and also super excited that within our first year of operation, we've had 128,000 platform views and grew our LinkedIn following to over 10,000 individuals. So as a kind of new organization, for us internally, these are really tremendous achievements, tremendous metrics, and I give full credit to our team. To give you a bit more detailed overview of AFM and kind of the scale that we've grown in our first year of operations, we have our market intelligence platform, which we update on a daily basis. So we have a full research team in-house, which looks around the globe, all of the latest industry updates that might be relevant for pilot training industry stakeholders, aggregates them, researches them, and publishes them on AFM. Currently, we're doing around 280 per month, which is quite a high number, we feel. But with the plans that we have for this year, that is just going to increase. AFM at the moment is getting around 12,000 views. So people viewing our different industry updates, visiting the website. So also that we've managed to grow quite quickly within 2022. As I mentioned, the mailing list, we've grown to over 11,000. And we're also very proud that we have over, I think it's around over 600 now, actually, owners and CEOs of pilot training organizations, so more flight schools and simulator training centers, which receive our weekly industry update and check out our industry and read the weekly report. And we have over 150 airline pilot training decision makers. So be it chief pilot, be it director of training, be it senior vice president of operation, who are also on our mailing list. And both these figures are just from one of our distribution methods for the mailing list. So we have two kind of key distribution methods. What most people do not know, actually since 2020, we have been actively researching the pilot training infrastructure around the globe. So we have a database of all flight schools, flying clubs, and simulator training centers across the globe. And we currently just have that within our team and within us internally, as well as a database of 500 plus pilot training industry relevant suppliers. So from having a database of all the training aircraft manufacturers to simulator manufacturers to VR providers. So we have all that data, and I'll share with you all kind of what our plans are for some of that data. Around 6 months ago, what we wanted to do is we wanted to help the pilot training industry kind of ramp up again. And we wanted to help individuals grow find roles again quicker. So we started researching and telling organizations that they can share their latest vacancies with us, and for us then to distribute these vacancies to the industry. So we're currently doing around 50 per month, but that number is growing as well. And we feel we're not doing it from a commercial aspect at the moment. We feel it's a great way for us to help pilot training organizations and individuals kind of tackle the recovery and kind of match with each other. As most of you know, our social media activities are relatively strong on LinkedIn. We have grown a very large following, and this is our first LinkedIn Live, so we had the technical issues, but we will continue to aim to use LinkedIn as a kind of key distribution method for our platform updates. One of the key things which I think a lot of individuals and organizations might not know of is last year. Actually, we started it already in 2020 in the pandemic. We started doing interviews with leaders of the pilot training industry to kind of get to learn more about their organization and to learn about their perspectives, the challenges that they might be having, and how they see the future. And we've done 22 interviews to date. You can find all of them on Google Podcasts, Spotify, AFM itself, or YouTube. And we have very specific plans for that for 2023, which I will also share with you all later. Back to you, Paula.
Thank you for sharing an overview on how AFM's 2022 went, Max. The rest of the team appreciates your hard work too. So let us move on to our second question. What are the plans for AFM and the group in 2023?
Thank you for asking, Paula. So we want to share with everyone a few of the highlights that we have for 2023. These are just some of the initiatives. Obviously, we are working on quite a few things which we cannot reveal at this stage. But to give everyone a bit of a highlight, Currently in January, we are running a survey with our existing user base, with our existing kind of audience, to improve the platform user experience and user interface. So we see that as kind of a key area that we need to work on right at the beginning of this year to make our platform more accessible, easier to navigate, and kind of add more features. So for anyone who's listening or for anyone who's watching, we really welcome any feedback that you might have. We love criticism as well. It helps us improve, but right at the beginning of the year, that's kind of our key focus, to improve our AFM platform based on user experience and user interface. The second key thing that is quite big for us is we have shifted to a new office location, which is at Dubai's new airport called Dubai World Central. It has plans to become one of the biggest airports in the world. And even though our team is located across 3 different locations across the world, from Germany to the UAE and the Philippines, our focus for this year is to really deploy more resources towards AFM to grow our team. So we've deployed 3 additional people since the start of the year towards AFM to improve our research, to improve our coverage, to improve the user experience. And we're currently in the process of hiring 2 additional team members, additionally here for our Dubai base, including a sales and business development person, because we know that one of our weaknesses currently is we're getting so many requests, and that is, an area that we really need to work on in terms of, improving our communication with our user base and different stakeholders within the industry. For us, it has been quite difficult because we've grown so quickly and we started getting so many requests that it was difficult for us to handle, especially as our team in the second half of last year got smaller as larger companies were poaching some of our team members. As I mentioned, as part of growing our team and, especially building out our headquarters in Dubai, we are really looking to increase our global coverage and information output. So currently we're doing approximately 280 industry updates, which we feel are relevant for pilot training industry stakeholders. We want to significantly increase that, and we want to especially also focus on some areas of the globe which might not be covered as much. The second thing which I briefly mentioned earlier was a key focus for us will be to do these pilot training industry leadership interviews. So we're running them on a weekly basis. We've already done a few over the past 2 weeks. We've got a couple more online this week, but you can expect from AFM that every single week we will aim to put out pilot training industry leadership interview with a flight school leader, a simulator training center leader, a supplier leader, or an airline pilot training decision maker. And yeah, we've got a brilliant roster of potential guests lined up, and we hope it delivers value. For us, most probably one of the biggest initiatives that we have for this year is to bring our database online. So as I mentioned, we have a database of all flight school and flying clubs, which we've been constantly updating for the past 2 years. It took us around 1.5 years to put it together. And so since the start of the year, we've deployed dedicated resources towards bringing this database online in Q2. So we currently have the database already internally, and we're working on the digital infrastructure to bring it onto AFM And at the moment, we are once again welcoming any feedback. So for anyone who's interested in a database of all flight schools around the world, please do let us know, because we will be sharing with you a survey in terms of what information anyone who's interested in this database would like to see, so that we can, tailor fit and customize and improve our platform structure on AFM to best display and to best add value to anyone who might be interested in this. Back to you, Paula.
Thank you, Max. So, okay, do you want us to add
Yeah.
something?
Yeah, just to add to that, I think to give everyone an overview of the platforms that we're operating. Our group still currently operates 3 different digital platforms, AFM, which I think most of you know, which is really a B2B pilot training industry stakeholder focused platform. Aviation Fly, which supports aspiring pilots and connects them with flight schools. And then Instagram Aviation, which is the second largest aviation Instagram page in the world, which has 760,000 followers. As of last weekend, we are we've signed an agreement where we are going to be handing over Instagram Aviation to a new operator within the next 2 weeks. So it's kind of the first closed deal for us this year. And then we're specifically going to dedicate our resources and focus on AFM and Aviation Fly.